Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, please tell me. I just did like 2 lives and my mic wasn't working for some reason. I have no idea what's going on. Let me know if you can hear me. 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 Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It's your boy, no credit. Dan 10, can you hear me? Can you hear me, bro? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Salute, Dan 10. Money Man 3, can you hear me? Okay, bet. I'm back. I'm freaking back, yo. I was just on this draw. I just did a live for like 30 minutes and nobody told me it was no audio. I was so bad when I got off. Only World Combat Sports was able to tell me that it was no audio. I was just on here just talking for 20, 30 minutes about Shakur Stevenson's situation. I appreciate it. I'm back, y'all. Money Man 3, salute. Dan 10, salute. It's your boy, no credit, back live in the flesh. Oh, yeah, Lomo definitely is a beast. Lomo definitely is a beast, Money Man. Shakur is nothing. Shakur is nothing to do with race. You but the fans to sleep. Hey, yo, Money Man 3. We'll talk about all of that. We'll talk about all of that. But you could say that. I could say you could say that Shakur may not have a fan pleasing style because of his last fight. You have every right to say that, Money Man 3. But we can definitely also say this. Shakur isn't getting the fights he needs to get. How am I on the same side of the street with the likes of Teofimo Lopez, Vasil Lomachenko, and Emmanuel Navarrete, and I never get those fights? Sit down and think about it, Money Man 3. Why isn't Bobby Arum giving Shakur Stevenson the Teofimo Lopez fight, the Vasil Lomachenko fight, or the Emmanuel Navarrete fight? When we all know Shakur Stevenson would beat all three of those guys to become an even bigger star, to get ready for a guy like Gervonta Davis. Because we all know that's the biggest fight in the sport. Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Davis. That's the money fight right there in the future. Gervonta versus Shakur. A lot of people, a lot of people keeps talk. A lot of people used to say the money fight was Devin Haney versus Gervonta. I said, Stevenson versus Gervonta Davis. It was never Devin versus Gervonta. It was always Shakur versus Gervonta. But Bobby Arum is preventing Shakur from raising his profile just how he did with uh, Floyd Mayweather. He did it with Floyd Mayweather. He did it with Terence Crawford. And he's trying to do it with Shakur Stevenson. The guy literally thinks we're in the 50s, bro. He needs to wake up and smell the fresh air and realize we're in 2024. This isn't a 50, Bobs. Bob, you're freaking 92 years old. You can't wake up every day and think we're still in the 40s and 50s and shit. We're in 2024, bro. How you used to move in the 50s and 60s, how you used to treat certain fighters, you can't treat those fighters like that no more. You need to give everybody a fair shake. And Bob Arum isn't trying to give guys like Shakur, Terrence, or Floyd Mayweather. He wasn't trying to give these guys a fair shake. And Shakur finally wakes up to the fact that Bob wasn't trying to give him a fair shake and he's about to leave the company. He's literally about to leave Top Rank. He says, pray for me, y'all. Bob Arum doesn't like certain fighters. And I agree. I don't think he do, because if he did, we would have got Shakur versus Navarrete. We would have got Shakur versus Lomo. We would have got Shakur versus Teofimo Lopez. Why isn't Shakur getting these big names over there? There's only one reason why. He don't want that man to be the next big thing over there at Top Rank. He wants somebody else to be the face of Top Rank. He wants a new way to be the face of Top Rank. He wants a new way or Tyson Fury to be the face of Top Rank. He don't want Shakur. Listen, if you got a talent like Shakur, who's better than all of those guys over there at Top Rank, his face should be all over Top Rank's gyms. When you go to a Top Rank gym, the biggest picture or mural on the wall should be Shakur Stevenson. He's the best fighter over there at Top Rank. There's nobody over there at Top Rank that's better than Shakur right now. Shakur beats all of the top guys over there that's in and around his weight class. And these are facts. And people need to realize that the biggest fight in the sport of boxing eventually will be Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Davis. And I got my money on Shakur Stevenson. Salute King Asia, man. Lomo versus Stevenson is a good fight. Money man, he says he ducked Haney though. I don't know about that. Stevenson ducked Devin Haney. He could have had all the belts. I don't think he ducked Devin Haney. I don't think the offer was real. King Asia man says salute easy. Salute. Yeah, Lomo did his thing. So, shout out to Vasil Lomachenko. Just a guy said 402 stand up. One love, hit the like button. Stevenson don't beat Lomo. Money man. You call yourself money man, but don't put money on that fight. If you think Stevenson loses to Loma, don't put money on that fight because you're going to lose a lot of money. You're going to lose a lot of money, buddy. Do not put no bread on that fight. If you seriously believe, and I'm saying this right now, if you seriously believe Vasil Lomachenko beat not Devin Haney, beat Shakur Stevenson, you're going to lose a lot of money, buddy. A lot of bread. Because Stevenson's going to beat him with flying colors. Flying colors. Just a guy says, you do a good job. However, sometimes on these comment section, I just have to agree to disagree with some topics. Respectfully, of course. Oh, yeah, just a guy. Salute. And what are those topics? Why you never bring that to my attention so we can come on here and debate about it? There's no way you just agree to disagree and you don't come on here and voice your opinion. That's part of the show. You see, this is a channel where I would want guys to come on my platform, which I'm inviting you right now. And I just dropped the link for Just a Guy. You said, however, sometimes you have to agree to disagree, which you're entitled to. And I salute you for that. But why don't you come on the show and share your opinion with the public? You know, that's what you're supposed to do. This is a free, open platform for everybody. So if you agree to disagree, why don't you come on a platform and let the public know how you feel so everybody can know how everybody else feel and not just how no credit feel, because this is an open platform. It's not just about no credit. It's about everybody in the sport of boxing. So I can come on here and give you all my opinion. You guys don't have to agree. That's why I open the platform up so you guys can come on here and you guys can give your opinion. But the only thing with my opinion, I got something to go off of that because I make money on the sport of boxing every weekend. That's the only difference from me and a lot of people that give their opinion. I make money on the sport of boxing. I have a 99.9% bet ratio, meaning I don't get the big fights wrong. I rarely get the big fights wrong. So that's the only difference for me. So I'm not saying you can't have your opinion or you can't believe what you want to believe. Or maybe it's not prediction or it's just political or whatever it is you agree to disagree with me. But I'm just talking about when it comes to predicting the fights, I have a 99.9% prediction ratio. So I'm pretty sure I know. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about when it comes to the predictions. He says, yes, respect. I'm just a comment section guy, not a piano guy. But I hear a lot of people pumping up Shakur, and I have reasons not to pump him up too. This is a great platform. You're not a Shakur fan. Okay. You know, the reason why I pump him up is because I see talent. I'm the type of guy, I'm the type of guy that look Crawford versus Loma, the biggest fight in box. Come on, man, that's not a fair fight. That's not a fair fight. Loma already lost to freaking Loma lost to Salido. Loma lost to Devin Haney. Loma lost to freaking Teofimo Lopez. Like, how can you sell a Lomo versus Terrence Crawford fight to the public? It's gonna be hard to sell that fight. It's gonna be, but it's gonna be hard to sell that fight. Just sit down and think about it. It's gonna You can sell a Crawford versus Canelo because Crawford never lost. We never seen the guy lose. We seen Vasyl Lomachenko lose multiple times. Do you understand what I'm saying, money man? You got to sit down and think about what you're saying. You're saying Crawford should fight uh Loma, but we seen a guy lose multiple times. No, you didn't bait me. You made yourself look bad, to be honest. If we really sit down and really think about it, you actually made yourself look bad a little bit because you didn't really counterpunch me. That's what you're missing. You made yourself look bad with what you just said. The difference from what I'm saying and the difference from what you're saying, we've already seen Lomachenko lose multiple times. We've never seen Bud Crawford lose at all. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, like, we want to know if Canelo's the guy to do it. But we've already seen Vasyl Lomachenko lose multiple times. And there's other fights where we could say, like, man, that was a close fight. Loma probably could have lost that fight. Money man, if you're listening, there's other fights we could say Loma probably could have lost that fight. Like the Luke Campbell fight, we could say Loma probably lost that fight versus Luke Campbell. Some people think he lost. And another fight, we could say he probably lost versus Jermaine Ortiz. So you really didn't bait me because we've seen Loma lose multiple times. We've never seen Crawford lose. So we don't know what's going to happen in a Crawford versus Canelo fight. As long as Crawford has his O. But the difference is Vasyl Lomachenko doesn't have an O. We've seen the guy lose multiple times. So there's no way you actually baited me. You actually just said a bunch of whatever you just said, buddy. Just a guy, salute. Last year on that Thursday night on ESPN, I was excited to get to watch Shakur. Last year on that Thursday night on ESPN, I was excited to get to watch Shakur. But then when he dropped that stink bomb, the hype train immediately stopped for me. Then he retired. What the fuck? Oh, come on, just a guy. Come on, bro. You can't hold that against that man. Listen, just a guy. Just listen for a second, right? The man literally said he had a hand injury going into that fight. He had a hand injury. You understand what I'm saying? He had a hand injury. That's why you couldn't see him use his full potential. He had a hand injury. Shakur had a hand injury going into that fight versus De Los Santos. Money Man says Crawford is tough at 154. He's tough at any weight class he goes to. He's the best fighter in the sport. The guy he's fighting's got good footwork in and out. Yeah, he do, but he has terrible defense. So Crawford's gonna pick him apart. When Stevenson fights a puncher, He don't fight. He runs backwards. Let's be honest. I only seen that one time, and that's versus De Los Santos. What other fight did you see that against? What other fight did you see Stevenson do that? Money Man 3? I don't remember Stevenson doing it against anybody else but De Los Santos. So can you refresh my memory and tell me what other fight you saw Shakur Stevenson doing that? King, salute. Yo, no credit. What's good, my guy? I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling, man. You already know. You already know, man. You already know. Trying to keep up with the sport we all love, boxing. It was a great weekend of boxing for sure. I think Crawford might lose. This is the toughest fight for sure. Hold on. Money Man 3. Money Man 3. You know what you should do? Everybody, hold on for a second. Money Man says, I think Crawford might lose. This is the toughest fight for sure. Money Man, this is what you should do, right? Instead of saying you think Crawford might lose, this is the toughest fight for sure. You should be putting money on that guy that you think's gonna beat Crawford. No. Just listen to me for a second. You see, people say stuff, but they don't stand on what they say. You gotta stand on business, bro. You gotta stand on business. That's what Money Man. That's what I'm saying. The difference. All right, but listen though, Money Man. Just listen for a second. If you truly believe that, right, you should put some money on it. You know why you should put some money on it? So when you lose that money, other people like myself can have the satisfaction that you doubting the best fighter in the sport of boxing. Money Man. But that's why they call you Money Man, though. So all I'm saying is, Money Man, if you believe what you just said, Money Man, just listen to me for a second. No, it's not like Bivol Canelo. That's not what it's like. That's not what it's like. No, this is not. We cannot compare the two. We knew who Bivol was. Well, the boxing aficionados, the purists of the sport, the pugilists. We knew who Bivol was. We saw Bivol fight before. The casual boxing fans, they didn't know who Bivol was. I've seen Bivol fight before the Canelo fight. We seen Israel Madrimov fight, and we seen Israel Madrimov get a draw. The difference from listen to me, Money Man. Money Man, Money Man, Money Man, Money Man, Money Man. This is my advice to you, Money Man. Money Man, this is my advice to you. If you have that doubt in your head that Crawford could lose to this guy, right? Which that doubt is not even in my head, where I think this guy can even give Crawford problems. Maybe there's a possibility he does. But from my film study, I seen a million holes in this guy game already. In fact, I think this guy is getting laid out flat. It's going to be similar to the David Avanesian fight, in my opinion. Do you understand what I'm saying? Crawford versus Israel Madrimov, in my opinion, will be similar to Crawford versus David Avanesian. You're saying you'll see. But listen, though, Money Man, can you do me a favor? Because I want to see. Can you put some money on Israel Madrimov? Can you do that for me? If you can do that for me, I will respect you. But if you can't do that, I won't have any respect for you, bro. Because how can you make such a bold statement like that and not put no bread on it? I can't respect you for that, bro. If you want to make a bold prediction like that, I want you to put some bread on this guy. You know why I want you to do that? So I can have the satisfaction when Crawford knocked this guy out, so I can feel better, or us boxing fans, so some of us can feel a little bit better that Crawford got doubted by Money Man 3. Thank you, Money Man. At least I know that you're gonna lose $40 on that fight. It's gonna make me feel better because I feel like at this stage in Crawford's career, you shouldn't be doubting this man. He's already proven to us in and out. He's the perfect fighter. He's a complete fighter. There is not one fighter in and around his weight class you can put him against that he's not going to figure out, pick them apart, and dissect them, and then play with his food. Well, he don't play with his food. And I mean just completely destroy them. He's a complete fighter. At this stage in his career, there should never be question mark. Nobody should ever say, man, I think Crawford could lose this fight. No, no. That makes no sense. He is literally a complete fighter. We've seen it over and over and over and over again. How then can we ever doubt how then can we ever doubt that Bud could potentially lose to this guy? When I do my film study, when I do my film breakdown, I don't see this guy. These dudes could fight 10 out of 10 times. Out of those 10, let's just say 100 times. Out of 100 times, there's not one time in that 100 fight I see Israel Madrimov pulling off the upset. And I'm just being honest with you. Unless my eyes is deceiving me and I don't know what I'm watching, but from my film study and from what I've seen, I see too many holes in Israel Madrimov game for any type of upset. The only way there will be an upset, he will have to be on what Ryan Garcia was on versus Devin Haney. He'll have to be on that not just 60 times, but 120 times. He'll have to be on Ostarine, Nandrolone, Clenbuterol. It has to be on all of that shit. That's the only way he beats Crawford, in my opinion, from my film study. My film study points me to a vicious knockout every time I look at this fight. I see Madrimov getting laid out cold every time I look at the fight. I watch all of his fights. All of his fights. Every single one of his fights, I watched it. All 11 of his fights. But salute to my guy, just a guy. Salute. Saibo, salute. Madrimov is a good fighter. I got bubbed by vicious knock. Money man, I hope you're not lying. I really hope after the fight you're gonna come on here and tell me you put that $40 up. Cause if not, I'm gonna be mad at you, buddy. Just real imagine they're hyping him up to say that he's the best at 154. Nobody better than him at 154 pounds. He's David 40th Avenesian 2.0. I'm just a casual boxing fan. Hey, yo. It's like Bivol versus Canelo. No, it's not. World Combat Sports. Salute. He's too slow, robotic at time, and ready to get stopped. Money Man 3 says he's unpredictable. How is he Money Man 3? I am not an elite level fighter, right? Listen to me. I'm a boxer myself. So Money Man, come on, Money Man. I think you want to be the star of the show today. So we're gonna make you a star. Money Man, you're saying this guy is unpredictable. Money Man, you're saying this guy's unpredictable, Money Man. We're gonna make you the star of the show today, right? How is he unpredictable if I know, and I'm just an amateur boxer? I ain't no elite level boxer, but his every I know every combination he throws. I know all of his combination. I know what he likes to do. How is that if I know what he likes to do and Crawford, who has a higher IQ than me, are you telling me are you telling me he's really that unpredictable, but a guy like me who's just an amateur boxer, I already pick up on all of his bad habits and I pick up on all of his combinations. Is that what you telling me, Money Man 3? Money Man 3, you're not making any sense. You're saying this guy's unpredictable. How is he unpredictable? I know all of his combinations. I know all of I know all of his traps. And I know all of his combinations. I know all of his traps. I know all the areas where he lacks. How an amateur boxer like myself, how do I know all of this man weaknesses and you're telling me the best fighter in the sport of boxing is gonna be hard for him and Madrimov is unpredictable. How is he unpredictable if I know everything he does and I know he's not an regular American fighter, he's tricky. Watch what I tell you. Money Man 3. Listen to me one more time. It don't matter where he's from. Boxing is about skill set, right? Boxing is about skill set. I know what he does good and I know what he does bad. And that's what matters. You understand what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I know his combinations. I know what he likes to do. I know what he doesn't do. I know mistakes he makes. If me personally, a freaking amateur boxer who knows all of this man weaknesses and strength, if I know that, how then can you come in the comment section and say he's unpredictable? How is he unpredictable if a regular guy like me, who's not an elite level pound for pound fighter, I know everything the guy does good and does bad, and he does the same thing over and over. What makes him unpredictable? Bro, I feel like you're just saying that just to say that. But we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out August 3rd. We're gonna find out. We're gonna put you to the test. And all I'm saying is just do me a favor and put that $40 on Madrimov so you can come back over here and we can laugh together because I'm gonna be laughing my ass off. World Combat Sports, salute. Salute World Combat Sports. Salute to everybody in the chat. And salute to my man. Salute to my guy, Money Man. Oh, yeah, please be back, bro. Please be back. Please be back. And please come back with your best slip. Please come back with your best slip. And I'm going to pop up with mine. Counting that cheese. You hear me? I'm gonna come back with my best slip counting that cheese. You hear me? I want to see you come back with that donut because you lost that little 40. You lost your little 40 piece. But yeah, just come back though. I appreciate you, Money Man. This the sport of boxing we all love. You understand what I'm saying? But right now, Bud Crawford is practically unbeatable. Um, Madrimov is he's gonna bring some problems early on because we know Bud, he takes his time, but eventually Madrimov will suffer the same fate like everybody else who stepped in the ring with Bud Crawford as of recently. And I'm telling you right now, Money Man, it's gonna be a vicious knockout. And I told you why. Because Madrimov, he's short, he's stocky, he's gonna be right there to get picked apart. If he was taller, it would take Bud a little bit of time to get to him, but he's short and he's stocky. It's too much room to hit. It's just too much to hit on. You understand what I'm saying? He's going to be right there to get touched up. Bro, it's when I fight a taller fighter, I got to take chances. When I fight a shorter fighter like a Madrimov, they're standing right in front of me. I can just pick them apart with just a jab. I could pick them apart. I could touch them. I could touch them from all the way over here. So literally, Crawford's going to be able to touch Madrimov from all the way over there. Because he's so short. He's going to be right there to get touched all night. This is bad. This is what Money Man isn't understanding. He's going to be right there to get touched all night, bro. He's too small. He's going to be right there to get touched all night. Crawford has a 69-inch reach advantage. He can hit this man from all the way across the room. Now, if Madrimov was at least 5'11", 6 feet tall, then he presents a little bit of a problem. But he's literally right in my face. I could just treat him like a little kid. He's just a little kid. I'm treating him like a little kid. You understand what I'm saying? What round is he getting knocked out in? Me personally, if I had to pick a round, I say Bud get him out of there between 7 to 9. I don't think he go past the ninth round because of his defense, because of his lack of defense. I don't see Madrimov going past the ninth round. Me personally, I see Bud getting him out of there anywhere from 7 to 9. I don't see him going past 9 rounds. When I look, every time I break it down, I don't see him going past 9. I see Bud getting him out of there before the ninth round. If he goes past the ninth, I'm going to be extremely surprised. I'm going to be extremely surprised. I'm going to be extremely surprised if he goes past the ninth round. Extremely surprised. You would have to Google it about stoppage. They probably don't have those vets out yet. I'm going to be extremely surprised if it goes past the ninth round. Extremely surprised. But somebody hit the link and come on here and let's talk boxing. Somebody hit the link and come on the show. Let's talk boxing, man. People want to talk in the chat but don't want to come on the show to express their feelings. Come on the show. This is an open platform. This is an open platform. Hit the link. Come up here and let's talk boxing. Let's talk boxing. Let's talk this boxing stuff. King, salute. Just a guy, salute. AMG Nick, salute. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. It's your boy, No Credit. We was talking about Shakur Stevenson, but we somehow came back to Bud and Madrimov. I can't wait for August 3rd. Bud is making history, becoming a 4-division world champion, and I'm going to be right here to see it and celebrate it. Bud is going to take back his number 1 pound-for-pound spot, rightfully so, because he deserves it. I'm sorry it has to be Israel Madrimov because he seems like a nice guy, but he's victim number 12 or 13 or whatever. I think Bud has 10 knockouts straight or 11 knockouts straight. I got some severe weather in Omaha currently. My phone rings too many times on business for me to jump on a panel. Otherwise, I would. It's cool, just a guy. Moneyman3 says you dreaming. Moneyman3, what am I dreaming about, buddy? Please let me know, Moneyman3. What exactly am I dreaming about? Let me know what I'm dreaming about, my guy. Please let me know. Educate me. You let me know. You're the guy with the 99.9. Moneyman3, you're the guy with the 99.9% bet ratio on FanDuel. So you let me know. You show me your best slip. You show me yours and I'll show you mine. I thought I was the guy with the 99.9% bet ratio. I didn't know it was you, Money Man. I didn't know it was you. You're the guy who calls all of these fights right. Money Man says Usyk is pound for pound number 1. Okay, now Money Man is trolling. Money Man, you're trolling now. Usyk is a heavyweight. He shouldn't even be on the pound for pound list. So now we know you have a bias. So Money Man 3, you're literally telling us you have a bias and you want to put Usyk ahead of a guy in Terence Crawford who was the first to become undisputed in the 4-belt era, the first to become 2-time undisputed in the 4-belt era, the guy that beat 2 gold medalists and a silver medalist. He's already been Fighter of the Year in 2014. He has double the amount of fights that Alexander Usyk has. He has almost double the amount of fights that Naoya Inoue has. And you're telling me, Money Man, you're a troll, bro. Money Man, I don't want to disrespect you, but you're embarrassing yourself. Money Man, you're embarrassing yourself. I don't want to disrespect you, bro, but you're embarrassing yourself. So I want to bring you back to reality for a second. Crawford has double the amount of fights. Usyk has double the amount of fights Inoue has. And now you're saying Canelo. Canelo arguably has 5 losses. Why is he even on a pound-for-pound list? This is a guy who also tested positive for a banned substance, clenbuterol. Just because of the banned substance, he shouldn't even be on a pound-for-pound list. If we want to be technical, Canelo shouldn't even be on a pound-for-pound list. He tested positive for a banned substance. Why is he on a? Why do we reward guys for doing something they're not supposed to do? Why will we put Canelo on a pound-for-pound list after he has popped 30 for PDs in the past? He should be banned from the pound-for-pound list if it was up to me. Let me tell you something, Money Man 3. If it was up to me, Canelo will be banned from the pound-for-pound list because we don't know how long ago he started taking PEDs. He could have been taking PEDs his entire career. So we're not going to sit here and say nonsense in the comment section just because we can, Money Man. The sport of boxing is already a brutal sport. And this guy get popped 30 and you're trying to put him on the top of the food chain. The guy get popped dirty for taking drugs and you want to put him on top of the list? Are you serious, bro? What's wrong with you? boxing fans like you are the problem with the sport. You understand what I'm saying? This guy got popped dirty for clenbuterol, and you want to put him on the top of the list. He shouldn't even be on the freaking list, bro. Take him off the freaking list, bro. What are you talking about, money man? He shouldn't even be on a freaking list. How long ago can we trace back to how long he's been on PEDs? We have to trace shit all the way back. You pop dirty one time, we got to go all the way back and look at all of your fights. He was probably on PEDs for all of the GGG fight, even the Floyd Mayweather fight. And you want to put him at the top of your list? Money man, you're trolling, bro. You're trolling. It's disgusting for the sport of boxing. Stop embarrassing yourself, bro. Don't do that to yourself. We was having a great conversation, but now you're ruining it. How then can you put a guy who popped dirty at the top of a prestigious pound for pound list? We're just gonna give him a pass, right? He shouldn't be on a freaking list, bro. You're talking about Usyk. Usyk is a great fighter, but he's a freaking heavyweight. You want us to put a heavyweight on the pound for pound list? It makes no sense, bro. Why are we putting heavyweights on the pound for pound list? They don't belong on there. The pound for pound list is for small guys moving up in weight. It's not for the heavyweights. Once Usyk went to heavyweight, he doesn't deserve to be on a pound for pound list. He's a great fighter. He has less. Crawford has more knockouts than Alexander Usyk has fights. Crawford has more knockouts than freaking Inoue has fights. Canelo Alvarez shouldn't even be on the pound for pound list. So, money man, if I was you, I wouldn't even speak on the pound for pound list because you're embarrassing yourself in the comment section. Money man is just embarrassing himself in the comment section. I've seen pound for pound lists with no Canelo on it, and I agree. Yeah, that guy doesn't belong on the list. We don't know how long ago he's been taking clenbuterol. Why the freak is he on the list, bro? He's been taking clenbuterol his whole freaking career. And Money Man wants to put this guy on a pound for pound list. Are you kidding me, bro? I never said Usyk was dirty. I said Canelo's been on clenbuterol probably since the Floyd Mayweather fight. Because we don't know how far he goes back. Usyk is not a dirty fighter. Usyk is a heavyweight. He don't belong on a pound for pound list. No heavyweight should be on a pound for pound list, but I thought that Usyk floated up to heavyweight. I agree. King, salute. King says, this guy is fried. Money Man 3 don't know shit about boxing. Listen, King, I didn't want to say it, but somebody has to say it because Money Man is trolling us. At this point, he's really trolling us. Money Man says Crawford second then. No, bro. Crawford's number one. Crawford has more knockouts. Crawford has more knockouts than Usyk has fights. Crawford has more knockouts than Inoue has fights. How can a guy have more knockouts than you have fights? And you want to put him behind these guys? It doesn't make any sense. He has 31 knockouts. Usyk doesn't even have 31 fights. He has 31 knockouts. Inoue doesn't even have 31 fights. I have more knockouts than you have fights. And we're not even going to talk about how many fights I got. I got 40 fights, almost double the amount of fights you have. And you want to put me number 3 on a list? Do that even make sense? It don't make sense. King Kong Usyk is definitely the best boxer in the world. He will prove it next Saturday. We'll see what he does. I like Usyk too, but we'll see. Tyson Fury is no walk in the park. Crawford fight more than once a year, so if the Japanese monster wants to keep fighting more than once a year to make his case for pound, math is math. So go at it, Japanese monster. Be great. 1 Usyk, 2 Crawford, 3 Lomo, 4 Bivol, 5 Canelo. Money man, that list is flawed. First, you gotta take the heavyweight off the list. Number 1 is Crawford. Vasyl Lomachenko is too high on your list. How can Vasyl Lomachenko be ahead of Devin Haney, be ahead of Teofimo Lopez, The guys he lost to. It's the same with Canelo. How is Canelo ahead of Bivol if Bivol beat Canelo? Boxing doesn't make sense. Bivol beat Canelo, but Canelo is higher than Bivol on a pound for pound list. It's not. It's not really adding up. Bivol should be always ahead of Canelo Alvarez on a pound for pound list. I whooped your ass. I gotta be ahead of you on a pound for pound list. Bivol should be ahead of Canelo. Teofimo Lopez, I whooped Vasyl Lomachenko ass. I should be ahead of Vasyl Lomachenko on a pound for pound list. Devin Haney, I whooped Vasyl Lomachenko ass. I should be ahead of Vasyl Lomachenko on a pound for pound list. I whooped your ass. I should replace you. I should take your spot when I beat you. That's how it's supposed to be. After I beat you, I take your spot. Why isn't boxing like that? If a guy beats you, he needs to take your spot. It's simple. It's simple math. Math needs to be mathing. It is what it is. Crawford's a hell of a fighter, but he don't have. Crawford's a hell of a fighter, but he don't have better skills than Usyk. Money Man 3. Come on, man. You don't want me to say it. You don't know shit about boxing. Crawford is the most complete fighter in the sport of boxing. Complete. Complete fighter. Crawford is the most complete fighter in the sport of boxing. He has it all. And he's a knockout artist. Usyk is a heavyweight, and he's not knocking nobody out. His last knockout was who? Who did he knock out? I think he knocked out Daniel Dubois. That was a solid knockout. But still, he's a heavyweight. If you're the best fighter in the world and you're a heavyweight, you should be knocking everybody out. So Usyk needs to knock out Tyson Fury to be the best fighter in the world. He don't only needs to beat him because this is the heavyweight division. We don't watch the heavyweight division to see these guys go 12 rounds. We watch the heavyweight division for a knockout. Usyk needs to knock out Tyson Fury. If Usyk isn't able to knock out Tyson Fury, he cannot be the number one fighter in the world. Especially fighting at the heavyweight division, you have to knock these guys out. Why isn't he able to knock out Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury? We need to see knockouts. This is the heavyweight division. I watch the heavyweight division for knockouts. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Money Man enjoying a Sunday happy hour or recovering from watching Crawford versus Spence destruction. Pretty much. Pretty much. Money Man 3. If Usyk, Money Man 3. If Usyk knocks out Tyson Fury, if Usyk knocks out Tyson Fury, if Usyk knocks out Tyson Fury, he's the best heavyweight in the world, of course. But the best fighter in the world, no. Because we cannot count the heavyweights with the rest of boxing. The heavyweights must be separated from the rest of boxing. When it comes to pound for pound, the heavyweights and the pound for pound list should not be the same. We cannot include the heavyweights on the pound for pound list. We cannot include the heavyweights on the pound for pound list. Money Man says, say it. No, I'm not going to say that. I ain't going to say that. Hold on, though. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Money Man 3, let me ask you a serious question though, Money Man 3. Let me ask you a serious question, buddy. Do you seriously watch the heavyweight division to see these guys go 12 rounds? Or do you watch the heavyweight division to see a knockout? Isn't the heavyweight division the only division we actually look forward to seeing a knockout? Isn't that the only division in boxing where we be like, man, we better get a knockout? These guys are too big to be going 12 rounds. Is that not the only division in boxing where a knockout is like almost needs to happen? That's the only division in boxing where we say a knockout literally needs to happen every single time. These guys are too big. They punch too hard for us not to see a knockout. It makes absolutely no sense for these guys to be going 12 rounds. And I like Usyk, but I'm not a fan of Usyk going 12 rounds with these guys. You know, he may be the best heavyweight right now. He may be the best heavyweight right now. But going 12 rounds does not sit well with me, especially if it's the heavyweight division. I'm not happy about that. I want to see knockouts. I don't want to see these guys go 12 rounds. I, I watch the heavyweight division for knockouts. That's why I was a huge fan of Deontay Wilder, even though he literally don't have any boxing skills like that. He's trying, but he doesn't have boxing skills. But at least he delivered a knockouts, and that's the reason why I was watching the heavyweight division. I was more interested when Deontay Wilder was knocking these dudes out. But now we seeing these dudes go decision. We're seeing these dudes showing great boxing skills. The boxing skills are for the smaller guys. These heavyweights are not supposed to be boxing like that. They're supposed to be punching each other head off. The heavyweight division is the only division I watch to and not try to pay attention to skills. Do you understand what I'm saying? I watch that division and I neglect skill set. I don't even care about skills when I watch the heavyweight division. I don't want to see any skill. I'm not gonna say any skill, but I just want to see knockouts. I just want to see knockouts. If I'm gonna be paying my hard-earned money to watch a heavyweight fight, it better be a knockout. It better be a knockout. I'm not paying $1 if these fights are going to continue to go 12 rounds. There's something going on, and it needs to be fixed in the heavyweight division. We need to see that. We need to get back to the days of the knockouts. We need a Mike Tyson back at the heavyweight division. We need somebody at the heavyweight division that's going to deliver these knockouts. King Asia, salute.
Salute.
King Asia,
Okay.
I'm tired talking to these guys that are not giving me the answer I want to hear or not giving me the answers. All right, King Asia, let me ask you. Let's see where your head is at, King Asia. But salute though. King Asia, are you a fan of the heavyweight division? I know you're a fan of the sport in general.
That'll be a yes.
So, King Asia, just be honest with me. When you watch the heavyweight division, do you really watch it to look for skills or you watch it to see somebody get their head knocked off?
And it's still a general question, or
Yeah,
we talking
yeah.
about different? Well, in the eras of the 70s and 80s, there was more higher ring IQ, as far as techniques goes, and we know the names. We ain't got to scream them out.
Yeah, but I'm
Now,
saying for enjoyment wise, for your satisfaction, when you say, "Oh, I'm about to watch this heavyweight fight," what exactly? Just a second. What exactly are you? My bad, my bad. But
that's
like,
all good.
just for your satisfaction, when you say, "I'm about to watch this heavyweight fight tonight," aren't you looking forward to seeing a knockout?
Oh, correct. Absolutely.
Are you
More power.
watching to see these guys dance around the ring and go 12 rounds?
Nowadays, no.
That's not why we watch the heavyweight division. We watch the heavyweight division because we know somebody's going to sleep.
Right, for the most part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, you know, the heavyweight division right now, there's not that one guy that's putting everybody to sleep. We know we got Joshua, but he's putting MMA fighters to sleep. We want to see him put Usyk or Tyson Fury to sleep. We want to see one guy just rise above everybody and put another guy to sleep. I don't want to see these dudes go 12 rounds. You know, I want to see the knockouts. That's why I was a huge fan of Deontay Wilder, even though he lacked some of that boxing skills.
Right. People call him a one trick pony, but that's the only trick you need in the heavyweight division, as you say, is the ability to get in there
To
and get
knock
the
these dudes' heads off.
correct.
Exactly. That's for my entertainment value. When I watch that heavyweight division, I'm watching for strictly knockout. I'm like, all right, let me get the popcorn ready. This fight can end any minute now.
Right.
But when I watch the little weight classes, I'm like, all right, it's gonna take a little bit. Or maybe when we watch Tank against somebody that's like a mismatch, we know Tank's gonna go in there and knock these guys out.
Yeah, based on this knockout ratio, yeah, but I could just speak for myself, but I'm quite sure other people. Uh, Tank, he's an anomaly. He's done displayed some boxing skills. He pretty much check all the boxes. So, but because of his knockout ratio, that is the higher expectation. When he entered the ring, in the lightweight division, yeah, they look
Right.
they looking for him to knock the continuous knockout streak. But it's strange. I don't know if you probably be different when it comes to Crawford. He has a string of knockouts, but I don't know if people really tune in to see him get the guy out of there. Is basically, well, it's probably to get him out of, but how he's going to get him out of there, and that goes speak to the technique, you know. And he's a welterweight. The highest he ever fought was at welterweight.
Right, right, right. But he has built a he has built a a, a persona and uh, a presence where we know he has the best killer instinct in the sport of boxing.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
my in my opinion, I think he does.
No, he's displayed that, and it's no denying that. That's what
So
goes back
so
when I.
so he has spoiled us to the point where we almost certainly expects a knockout now because we know once he gets you hurt, you're out of there. You know,
Mhm.
he said it himself. He says, once I smell blood, it's over. You know, it just takes one time for him to ring your bell and he's gonna finish you. That's why he has that that title of being one of the best finisher in the sport of boxing, if
Oh,
not the best finisher in the sport of boxing. But hey,
oh,
yo, I want to talk about Shakur Stevenson for a second, if you care. Um,
yeah, yeah.
Shakur Stevenson becomes one of the latest fighters to accuse Bob Arum of still living in the 50s and the 60s. And I got to agree with Shakur Stevenson. If you understand what I mean by that, Shakur Stevenson is out here saying Bob Arum is treating certain fighters of a different ethnicity or skin tone or color a certain way than he's treating his black fighters. You know, Floyd Mayweather was the first to make those accusations. Floyd Mayweather left Bob Arum. Bob, I remember when I go back in time, because I wasn't truly around for the Floyd Mayweather era. Um, I wasn't really around for that. I'm not even gonna lie because Floyd, he's been fighting before I was even born. But um, I wasn't around for that. But so I got to do my research on that. Meaning I already did. But when I look back at Floyd Mayweather, um, I seen interviews where Floyd said, "My own promoter never believed in me. He said I wasn't gonna be a pay-per-view draw. He said all of this, and look at me now. I'm the biggest pay-per-view draw in the sport of boxing. We seen the same shit happen with Terence Crawford. I'm not saying Terence Crawford is gonna be the biggest pay-per-view draw in the sport of boxing, but I'm saying he has the potential to do that if he could get that Canelo fight and beat Canelo. You understand what I'm saying?
Correct.
So we see that with we first seen it with Floyd Mayweather, then we see it with Terence Crawford, and now Shakur, in my opinion, is waking up to Bob Arum still living in the 40s and the 50s, thinking he can treat certain fighters a certain way. I just want to get your opinion on it because I've said a lot on it already.
I just kind of said a lot. It's a lot to unpack. But we'll just try to keep it on Shakur. But we do got to double back just a little bit
Okay, go
because
ahead.
it's easy to use Floyd as the metric, but
Right.
with Floyd, he was the perfect storm, brewing from both ends. Meaning, we already know now people weren't just showing up to see him win; people were showing up to see him lose. How many
Yeah.
people really shows up to see Crawford lose, to see Stevenson lose, and the list goes on and on. So it's going to be harder for them to get the results pay-per-view wise that Floyd
Okay,
got.
I see what you're saying. That is an important factor right there that you just said. Because Floyd, even though Floyd, yes, um, he left Bob and all of that
Not mean to
stuff.
cut you off. Yeah, not
Go
mean to
ahead, go
cut you
ahead.
off. Floyd probably had more haters than he had congratulators. So
Okay, yeah, for sure.
so we just being brutally honest, and I'm not
I may
egotistical,
have left
narcissistic.
that part
I,
out. So that's why
it's
I
all
got
good.
you guys on here to
Yes,
to
sir.
to 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 brush up on where I leave off at. That's why I'm asking you a question.
Right. You're right, but you pretty you still pretty accurate. So let's just get on back to Shakur.
Right.
Uh, Shakur, how many times have he re-up with Bob already?
This is the first time, from my
This-
knowledge, this is the first time his contract is about to be up. I don't know. I don't know. This is the first time I've publicly heard of his contract being up.
I kind of find it hard to believe he turned pro. What about
Well,
five?
like I said, this is the first time we heard it publicly, where it's been made known that his contract is about to. Maybe it's been up before, but behind the scenes, because
Right,
he wasn't making noise yet. But
right.
publicly, this is the first time we're fully being aware of it.
Okay. The reason why I said this is because based on the history, even
Right.
before he signed the top rank, I remember when he signed the top rank, people were just, for the most part, from what I can gather, from the temperaments that I've seen in the boxing community, everybody let that like a ooh, what the fuck is you doing? You signing with top rank of all the people you can. Now I see the pros and cons of the pros in it rather, but the reason why when it comes to when I say how many times have you re-up, it would have been smart for him to go say, okay, I'm gonna go here with a 3-year deal, 2-year option. I mean, a 3-year deal, 1-year option. Meaning after 2 years, I got the option to leave, and we could negotiate on the 3rd year. If I think he got a title, but still his promotion, his name wasn't that big. His skill was big. His skill outshined his reputation, as far as marketability, right?
Right. Go ahead.
Business is about, I mean, boxing is a business first, regardless of what we all going and say, who got this skill set,
Yeah.
who got
They're
this
in it to
knockout
make money.
ratio. Yes, it's about money first. It's a business first, and people oversee that. So Shakur should have went in there with that mindset. This is a business. What I'm gonna do
Yeah,
in the
but we
ring gonna
gotta
speak for.
understand he was young. He's now mature.
It's time out for all that, because when you turn pro, it's just like, hey, I don't know how to handle a gun, but you're gonna pick one up and then it goes off and kills somebody. You can't say, hey, I was young. No, you know right from wrong. I know that's kind of
Yeah, come
extreme.
on, man. Don't do that.
I know it's kind of
You gotta
extreme.
give the man a benefit of the doubt. Come on, King.
Nah, I'm a little bit too 5-10 years ago. Probably
No.
I would have get.
I feel like you're being too harsh. You gotta give him the benefit. He was young.
No,
He
it's a
was just
business first. What we gonna charge all this as a tuition fee then? Now you
Man, you
learned your
gotta
lesson.
understand this kid turned pro like 18 years old. Come
Right,
on, man.
right after the Olympics. I get it. And right then and there, 2 months, it wouldn't take 2, 3 months to sit back and say, let me calculate this the right way.
Man,
And- and
King, when is your brain fully developed for you to even think about all of that?
typically, typically the age of 24 to 25 to 26.
Right, that's where he's at now. That's the age he's at. That's why he's trying to make these business decisions now. He couldn't make it back then at 18, 19.
I think he rushed it. That's what I'm saying. Now, if you say you want to base it on his youth and his adolescence and his lack of patience of why he signed that, okay, cool. Now it's haste make waste. It still got to come back on you. When is he going to get held accountable for it? Like I say, a lot of the public was already like, dude, what the fuck is you doing? You signing with Top Rank? I hope you know what you're doing when you go over there. Because boxing is a business first. That's the mindset he went in. I think he was glazed that, hey, I'm a talent. I know I'm gonna get a title. I'm gonna go ahead and rock with. I could rock with any promotional company I want to. So let me just start shitting on motherfuckers and watch the haters hate. Yeah, but this
But
is this is not a sprint. This is a marathon.
but
So you
King,
bet you. Yeah, all right,
King,
go ahead. Yes, sir.
we gotta admit this though. Even though um we got these issues that are popping up with Top Rank, but we all know, or we all should know, that Top Rank does have a great system where they know how to bring up a young fighter. But the only problem is the favoritisms. That's my only problem with it. But if there was no favoritism and choosing sides, and Bob Arum wasn't just sitting down at dinner tables with Vasil Lomachenko and Emmanuel Navarrete, and he was actually sitting at Shakur Stevenson dinner's table, that'd be a different story. But he's sitting at one fighter dinner table, and he's not sitting at the other fighter dinner table. That's where the problem comes at. But
We get we
but
get we get that no credit, and that problem been in existence for a long time now. That goes back to what I'm saying. He should have been already ahead of the learning curve on that. But that's cool. We could give him the benefit of the doubt that he didn't, but that's still shame on him that he didn't because he should have realized boxing is a business. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Bob
so
been
so you
just
going
playing.
so you're gonna blame it on Shakur,
I'm saying he got to take accountability for his part in it. Bob is Bob. He ain't gonna change. That's a zebra that's not gonna change his stripes.
I
I
think
think that
Shakur.
King. I think that's kind of harsh. But go ahead, Green Green. You want to say something?
What's
Yeah,
up, Green Green?
what's good, King Asher? What's good, Easy Root?
What's going on?
Man, chilling, man. Now I seen the topic you talking about, man. Like, this something that's really been intriguing me also, because I'm definitely a Shakur Stevenson fan for sure.
Me
But
too.
honestly, man, I kind of think the angle you taking, it's not that Top Rank is a bad place for a young fighter to start off at. I just think Bob Arum makes it clear who he favors and who he doesn't. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? Because Bob Arum, he doesn't handle the day to day business with Top Rank anymore. So when you see him actually come out and he's standing right next to a fighter, or or at a press conference or whatever the case may be, he's clearly showing his favoritism.
Oh yeah. You see the way he hug on for Lomachenko and Inoue?
Yeah,
He hugged those guys like they're his son.
for sure. So that's the way I see it. And then another thing, with Shakur, he's managed by Jay Prince. Now, to my knowledge, I don't know any other fighters that Jay Prince has that he manages that fight on any other promotional company
Yeah,
but
they
Top
all
Rank.
fight on Top Rank.
Yeah, so like I said, the fighters that I know that he has in his stable, they all fight up at the Top Rank. So like I said, I don't know if like I said, I don't know if leaving or going to another promotional company. I don't know how that's going
Yeah.
to work out. You know what I mean? But I think Shakur in a decent he's in a decent place right now, because one thing you got to do, even though boxing is a business, you got to let the harvest go. You got to let the harvest pass, and then let the other one start to. start to come into fruition because now, Devin Haney, he's not at 135 pounds anymore. A lot of guys that was, dark horse fighters, they're moving out of division. So now it's just Tank, Shakur, and Lomachenko's back in the mix now after his performance against George Kambosos.
Right.
And and Navarrete, he's moving up from 130. So this would be his first fight at 135 when he fight Baranchik.
So what
Yo,
is the future? What is the future for Stevenson? Leaving. Is he just going to be independent? You think he should sign with someone else? How can he get his name back in the top? Right now, he's making the headlines for all the wrong reasons.
Well, see. Here's the thing. That it's two things. It's two things, right? See, Tank Davis, he's came out and he said that he has a 6 to 7 fight deal,
yeah,
which is worth more than what Mayweather got when he was 29 years old. And he's saying Shakur Stevenson is in that deal. So what that tells me is that in order for them to, you know, release the amount of money that they gave Tank Davis, he would have had to agree to, them trying to make a fight with Shakur Stevenson because they know the magnitude of what that fight is at 135 pounds. Another
right.
thing is that Vasily Lomachenko, after his win against George Kambosos last night,
He's a player now.
he's the IBO and the IBF world champion, and he still wants undisputed. The only way for him to get undisputed, he has to go through Shakur Stevenson. So Shakur's in a great spot right now. Like I said, he's not a pay-per-view star or whatever the case may be, but if he can get that Tank Davis fight and be successful, as I think he can be, the writing will be on the wall, and he will be the next guy up. And he's got a lot of Hall of Fame guys backing him. Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather, Terrence Crawford. So I think he's in a decent space right now. He's just got to play chess and not checkers.
Go ahead, Easy Root. Let's hear what you got to say.
Yeah, I agree with what he's saying. Hold on
So
for a
playing.
second. Hold on for a second. You guys bust it up for a little bit. I gotta say something to somebody.
All right then. So Green. Okay, you just said he got to play chess instead of checkers because right now it's like he playing Connect Three, like he playing tic tac toe or something. He's making the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Uh, that's cool. Tank might have inked him in a deal, but we don't know the percentages of that deal. That still could just be promotional tactics. Why he can't formulate something 3-4 fight deal and ink himself in.
Well, see, here's the thing. Like after July, when he fights Artem, he'll be a promotional free agent. Like I said, the most recent interview that I seen with him, he said that he still doesn't know what he's going to do. But the landscape of boxing has changed since last year. We got Turk Al Sheikh in the mix now. Like so we can deduce it to this. For whatever reason, if Shakur decides to go to Matchroom, if he decides to go to Golden Boy, even if he decides to go work with the PBC, there's still an opportunity for him to make an exceptional amount of money fighting marquee guys that the public wants to see because you have a broker in boxing now by Turk Al Sheikh that doesn't mind making these big fights because he actually pays attention to social media and the fights that the fans are clamoring to see. The only thing is he just wants to host these events and,
Hey
and,
yo,
and
yo,
have
you guys. I don't want to cut you off, Green, but I
yeah.
gotta take care of Sam. I'm gonna let you guys cook if y'all tired cooking, and if I'm done early, I'm gonna come back. But I gotta leave. I'm gonna leave y'all on though. Y'all do y'all thing.
Right
All
on.
right.
Right on. I appreciate that.
All right.
Go ahead, finish your thought, Green.
Yeah, so with Turk Al Sheikh being in the mix, like the fights that the public want to see, the fans are clamoring for, he's in the financial position to at least bring these fights to the negotiation table where it could be beneficial for both parties to go put their skill set on display for the world to see, make a lot of money, and keep boxing going in a progressive direction.
Well, do you feel just say Stevenson want to go that route? Just say, look, I want my next 3 fights in Dubai. Do you feel his team would really back him on that? And I'm not including Top Rank when I say that. Probably anybody else. You mentioned Andre Ward. You mentioned Jay Prince, and the list goes on. Is this something? Is this a step he got to take solo, or he still need to have that kind of guidance, with the back end, of the people that he got in his corner right now?
Well, he's got he's got Jay Prince, so he has the manager representation, and then he's got Terrence Crawford, someone who deals with Turk Ali Sheik directly. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, to be honest with you, from my understanding, Terrence Crawford, the relationship he has with Turk Ali Sheik is one of the reasons why he's so invested in the realm of boxing now, and that's why Terrence Crawford is headlining his first event over here on U.S. soil. So like I said, that's an option. The best thing in the world for a young fighter, a 3 division world champion, 130-pound lineal champion like Shakur Stevenson, a current WBC 135-pound champion. The best thing for him to have are options at this point when he becomes a free agent. We just seen the same thing happen with Jerron Boots Ennis. Jerron Ennis, he fought on the Showtime platform. He fought against
Yeah.
some guys that were that
And
were
I
on the
definitely ain't mean to cut
PBC.
you off, but the difference is we've been known for a while that Showtime is abandoning boxing. So it was almost like, he got to do it by hook or crook, and that's not the case with Top Rank.
Yeah,
That,
no.
that,
What I'm saying is, once Showtime did get out of the business of boxing, PBC went over, and they went and inked the deal with Amazon Prime. Now, Jerron Ennis, he decided to go and deal with Matchroom. He decided to go across the pond and deal with Eddie Hearn. So what I'm
Mhm.
saying is that when you're a free agent and you have a certain level of notoriety in the sport of boxing, the best thing for you to have is options. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I totally 1 trillion% agree. The options is in his favor. He's still undefeated. He's still flashy. He has a lot of marketability cachet. But what is he going to do with it? I think that's the intricate move right there. Like you say, it's a chess move now. And what is the move he going to do and not fumble the ball?
Can you say that again for me? I missed that last part.
I was saying, what move can he do and he won't fumble the ball? That's what I was saying, because it's still not close.
Well, I look at it like this. Um, ceiling wise, I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, I probably would do a fight to fight deal. I would kind of do what Bill and Devin Haney do. You feel what I'm
Okay.
saying? That like a fight to fight deal. Basement, you you sign back to Top Rank for 3 fights, and you make it clear that you want uh the winner out of Navarrete, Baranchik, Lomachenko, and then maybe a mandatory title defense, and then you walk off into the sunset with 3 fights, unless you can get the unification with uh with Tank Davis. In the meantime, now the thing with that is he has to wait for Tank to extend that opportunity because he's the A side, and his team will be leading the negotiations. And the thing that I've been seeing is, people are saying, well, if he signs to the PBC, would that make the fight even easier to make? That we don't know, because because
So,
because because there's no guarantee that if Shakur Stevenson says, okay, I'm gonna go over here and sign with PBC after my last fight with Top Rank. There's no guarantee at what point in time he gets that Tank Davis fight.
Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like you're saying the relationship with Top Rank is not as toxic. That we're not throwing negotiations after July off the table. So it's going to start with the negotiation with Top Rank. Uh, to make sure he don't fumble the ball in the future, just say we'll start with that. The negotiation table at Top Rank. You say a 3-fight deal. I would, if I was Shakur, just me.
Uh-huh.
Uh, okay, 3-fight deal, fight by fight basis.
Uh-huh.
Ink this in. Every fight got to be a title fight.
For
Every
sure.
fight got
For
to be a
sure.
title fight. Ain't nope. None of this tune up shit. None of this. Let me bring this cat over here or try to build him up and nothing like. I'm already built. So my only competitors are someone with a high marquee name.
For sure. And then I look at it also like this, King Asia, because not only will Shakur be a free agent, they Top Rank still has two top contending lightweights on their roster. Also, they got Keyshawn Davis, which is he's right there in the sanctioning bodies, and then you got an up and coming contender in Abdullah Mason. He's also coming up. So, so
Okay. Financial wise, we'll go with Abdullah Mason. Keyshawn Davis, yeah, he's right there, but
yeah, like he right there at the window looking in. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Yeah,
he's fringe. He's fringe.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you could put him there because we're above the casuals, okay?
Yeah.
So we got to speak. We got to look outside the box to the motherfuckers that only shows up when it spreads beyond the spectrum of boxing. It's just a general entertainment, almost like the Mayweather. Nigga, I ain't watched boxing in 10 years, but I'm gonna watch Tyson. I'm gonna watch Mayweather and all that. Uh, he got to get to me. He got to make sure all his moves are on that level, where even motherfuckers ain't been watching boxing going to come and watch this event. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the Top Rank stable has that. They don't have that many fighters that's gonna for a 3-fight deal. He gotta move around. You know, I would
Yeah.
put Loma as a potential. He could ink that in. I mean, Loma, he looked at him. Well, it was Cambosis. I never really bought. Even when he beat Tiafimo, I still didn't buy into him. I didn't. A win is a win is a win. I'm not taking it away from him,
No,
but
for sure.
I
For
wasn't
sure.
all in on Cambosis.
Yeah, because I can be honest, I was wrong about Cambosis. I thought Cambosis had another gear, and I was I was a prisoner of the moment, so to speak, in regards to that fight with Teofimo Lopez, because he hasn't his last four fights he's looked absolutely terrible. Absolutely, the two fights against Devin Haney, the fight against Maxie Hughes, and last night against
Which was
Vasily
debatable
Lomachenko.
if he really won or lost.
So it's like yeah, I can admit I was wrong about George Cambosa. I thought he had that gear. No, he doesn't. He's just a guy that he was a guy that capitalized on the opportunity at the moment, and after that, it's been kind of downhill.
Yeah, he had an any given Sunday moment, and
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
and I'm not trying to sound like the boxing philosopher. It's just I didn't, okay, cool. I would say it was more so Tio having an off night than Cambosos being great
Uh
enough
huh.
to he's further than a journeyman, but he never came off to me as being that dude, you
Yeah,
know.
for sure.
But back to Shakur. No, it seemed like it's just a bunch of feeders over there at Top Rank for him. With the exception of Loma. Because Loma, proved that he is the real deal and he can be a contender even with the highest of contenders. I'm not one of the ones that's going to jump on and say he actually beat Devin, but it was a competitive fight. to
Uh-huh.
where there's some people, and I don't give them pushback. Oh, Loma won that fight. Okay, that's how you see it. That's cool. I can rock with that. I see what you see, but I still say, hey, Devin won fair and square. But I said all that to say that put Loma back on the map. He has a pose, so that's one fight over there. you know. But what about negotiating with the other people? You done already signed a 3-fight deal with Top Rank. How is you gonna get Top Rank to get you the big fights that's not in house?
Yeah,
Now,
no, and that's the fork in the road. You come to and you be like, okay, well, if I don't sign back over here and I go over here to the competition, if I go over here, who is it over here for me to fight at the PBC at 135 pounds? Is it a
come on now.
Eastside
Now
Cruz?
it's stacked over there. Come on, Green. You already know. We can name 5 right off the top right now. And we talking about just a 3-fight deal, and this 5 big fights outside of Top Rank for him. Come
Yeah,
on
no,
now.
but are they title fights though?
Well, when you get okay, yeah, yeah.
Outside of the Tank Davis fight, or are they title fights for Shakur? Because we got to be real. Shakur, he's an exceptional fighter, but he's not a pay-per-view draw. You feel what I'm saying? So realistically, if if he goes over there and they say okay, because this year they pretty much got their whole the PBC, they really almost got they cards, almost drawn out, like the guys that's been on there, the guys that they got on the fights, because they only getting like 10 or 15 dates on the Amazon Prime. So now realistically we gotta say, okay, where can these dates fit in for Shakur Stevenson to fight, and the guys that he's gonna fight that's gonna be able to make us some money. Because if you put him in there with a with a let's say a Rallo Venezuela, um the guy that De Los Santos is supposed to rematch. I don't see that being a big fight for Shakur Stevenson. The De Los Santos rematch, yeah, it might be intriguing because okay, we'll get a Shakur, who's healthy. But the guy De Los Santos, he hasn't been active since that fight either. So it's like, okay, what's going on with him? What are they doing with him? His name ain't been back, in the mix. We got Gervonta Tank Davis, but if things go the way I think it's gonna go and he knocks out Frank Martin, then you got Frank Martin over there. But it's like, okay, how much do we really want to see Frank Martin after he just got knocked out by Gervonta Tank Davis?
Oh, he's still a big name. Stop it. He's still a big name. He will still be a big name.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
see him
okay,
survive.
okay.
I don't see him
Well,
surviving
that's it.
tomorrow against Tank Davis, though. I'm gonna be
No, no.
honest.
Well, that's taken away. If he just don't go in there and get it's not like a Ertz and Lubin versus Charlo type shit. But even Ertz and Lubin fought his way back to where he's a box office draw. He didn't
Yeah,
had other big fights since he got in there and stunk it up against Charlo. So I,
yeah.
see- I see Frank. First of all, I don't see Tank just doing them like that. I don't, but he could prove me wrong. I
Hmm.
don't see it. And then even if he does, uh, he still will be marquee. You know what I'm saying? Because Tank is Tank. But you almost had me checkmate, Gangrene. You say which one of those fighters over there, and I just didn't want to cut you off, but I'm gonna take you back to the point when you said, well, how many title fights over there? These guys over there, they are above the title fight. They just marquee. They must see boxing. It ain't even about the titles. It's about who gonna go in there and dethrone them. Almost
Uh-huh.
like a Ryan Garcia. It ain't even about the belts no more. So that's where Stevenson is trying to get to. I would say if you really making a chess move, that's your chess move. This not a sprint, this a marathon. You want to go ahead and get up there on that plateau.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
I can agree with you on that, King Asia, because after me, the last 2 years, I had to look at boxing a little different, and I say this, I say, if you've already won world championships or whatever the case may be. Boxing is a business now, so now it's time for you
Exactly.
to, to start, really, really cashing in. You feel what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because it's not like he hasn't experienced being a champion before. He's experienced
Exactly.
multiple championships. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's
In
established
multiple weight divisions.
in multiple weight divisions. So it's established that he's a world championship fighter. He's already proven that at a young age and in
When he stepped
21
in the
fights.
ring, the announcer got to acknowledge that. So now the world knows if you didn't know.
Yeah. So now it's time for him to work his way to be a pay-per-view star. I agree with that. I agree with that.
And that's what started the whole, conversation and all that. And I root for him. I'm not saying, hey, I'm all in 10 toes down with Shakur. Anybody that's the same complexion as me or has the same amount of melanin as me, yeah, I want to root for them to win, as long as they're not going against the grain. But he is making the headlines for all the wrong reasons. It's all about, negotiations ain't go right with this fight. He can't get that fight. Yada yada yada. Top rank hating on him and all that. Dude, it's time to move around. That shit tarnishes your reputation with motherfuckers not gonna want to see you. Not even want to see you because they hating on you. Just not want to see you. You're not even on our radar. And that's bad. I don't want to see that for him.
Yeah, no, he most definitely got to get back in the mix. Like, after he fight July, like he definitely got to get another fight in before the end of the year. Most
Hmm.
most definitely.
But he got a big decision to make before the end of the year out. You know, 2025 got to be all about him. You know, and I try to come out with a banger. Like he fight in July, fight around Thanksgiving, and I have a big banger already lined up right before March Madness. Try to get ahead of college basketball, like ushering in college basketball.
Yeah,
While people
soon as the Super Bowl pass, right there.
ding ding ding, there you go,
Yeah, soon as the Super Bowl pass, right
and
there.
get some of that Super Bowl promotion. While it could get aired during the Super Bowl. I got a fight in a couple of weeks. Show up at the Super Bowl, promote the fight. These cats needs to hire me. But what do I know? But
Yeah, I mean to be honest with you, like even no, even if it's a situation where it's like, like I'm gonna move up 5 pounds and and go to 140 and try and fight one of the marquee guys up there. You know what I mean? Because like I said, you're young enough to campaign
you
as
say
you as a,
move up to 135. That's what you said.
no from one move up 5 pounds from 135 and move up to 140
Oh,
and,
well, okay, okay, okay,
and
okay.
and campaign up there and look to make the bigger fights up there also. You feel what I'm saying? Not saying that you have to, because this is the thing that that I respected from Shakur, because he did miss weight at 130, but he didn't try and stay at 130. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he understood that, okay, I outgrew the division, now it's time for me to move up. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, it took a little leverage away because now you didn't have the leverage of having the belts to demand the fight to make yourself the number one contender. So he lost that leverage, uh, not making weight. But I get it. Still, it goes. He's supposed to transcend that with his negotiation. Now, okay, I don't need these titles to negotiate. I just, I just,
Exactly.
I just need, my marquee name is big enough to get the big fights. It was a beautiful thing to see Mayweather saying, "Hey, I pick you."
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And when I pick you, it's the Mayweather lottery. I wanted to be the Shakur Stevenson lottery. You know, it's almost the Tank Davis lottery. Whenever Tank say, "Hey, I want to fight this person," that fight to get made. We'll see what goes on with the Loma after he fight Martin. Right now the clamor is you next. and I hope he's not overlooking Martin. But you got him getting in, you got him going in there getting demolished. So I hope you not overlooking Martin too. I see Tank winning, but it's still a fight.
No, no,
Uh,
yeah, I'm just going off. I'm just going off the way Frank Martin was fighting his last fight against Artem. Like he was kind of fighting in spurts. Like I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can do that in there with Tank Davis because Tank Davis, he has one punch knockout power, but he also can box too. He
oh
also
yeah,
he also can box and he also can set traps.
ding
So
ding ding.
so I don't like I said, and I always said this: a focused tank is a dangerous tank. Like he already on weight about he probably maybe about 4 5 pounds. No, off making weight. You know what I
Right.
mean? From what I've seen, so that means he taking his position in boxing very seriously. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I always said a focused tank is a very dangerous fighter, very dangerous. And just me personally, I don't think Frank Martin has been in the ring with nobody to get him ready for somebody, like Tank Davis. But I know, like I said, it's boxing. I could be wrong. Frank, he could upset the apple car. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, ain't Derrick James gonna be in this corner?
Yeah, yep. He got
Okay.
Derrick James.
Okay, so that's the preparation right there. I mean, it's not about the opponent. It's sometimes it's the person that see what he don't see and give him the proper instruction on how to execute. I think that's what it's gonna go down to for Frank Martin. That's why I say I'm not going to put it as a easy watch because I feel like if the proper game plan, they could go in there and make it real intriguing to where it could go to the cards. And when you already know when it go to the cards, you can expect to hear anything, regardless if we agree or disagree. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah. True, true, true.
let's
Yeah,
just
yeah. Me,
keep
just
that in
me.
mind and let's not dismiss that. There is politics within the PBC as well. So,
Yeah, I mean, that's intriguing to see Derrick James versus Calvin Ford. That's an intriguing matchup right there. Javante other coach Kenny. So you got Derrick James going against Calvin Ford. And Coach Kenny. That's gonna be intriguing.
yeah, I know we kind of switch gears to that, but since we're on there, let's stay on there. What's in the back of my mind? Derrick James, let's box this motherfucker and look good. And you hit it right on the nose. In these spurts, let's get ours off. Main thing is survive. Don't get caught in the trap.
Yeah.
Let's see what they say after round 12.
So you thinking it's a matter of taking them into the deep water?
Yeah, and let's see if we impress the judges enough to edge out a draw or victory.
Yeah, you know what? That's not a bad.
Analogy.
No, that's not a bad game plan because Tank. I don't think he ain't been past 11 rounds since Barrios.
Right.
It's about past 10 or 11 rounds. So yeah, I mean,
I mean,
I could
Isaac
that.
Cruz. Who was first? Did he fight Cruz or Barrios first? Which one?
Well,
I don't,
Cruz. Well, yeah, Cruz. Yeah, Cruz. Yeah. So it was Cruz. He went to decision with Cruz. So it was
so he
Cruz.
fought Cruz after Barrios.
Yeah, he fought Cruz after Barrios.
Okay, all right then. Yeah,
But
I thought.
he knocked Rolly out early. He
Right.
knocked Hector Garcia out early. He knocked Ryan Garcia out extremely early. So in his last three fights, he ain't really got no work in at all. And then he's coming off of it'll be over a year since he fought Ryan
Garcia.
Garcia. So with that game plan you just scripted, I could definitely get with that. If they coming in with that saying we just gonna box, we gonna box beautifully, move around, try and measure when we want to go in there for the attack and when we don't want to get caught in there, being too greedy, and then see where these scorecards go.
Right. So that's why I'm not really dismissing that one. Uh, but back to Stevenson. You know, I'm rooting for the dude. Believe it or not. I really have no dog in the fight, with the exception of he's a melanated man. and you want to see him succeed. I feel like he's getting a bad draw where he at. I think he's well at the age and at the boxing knowledge uh temperament to where he knows better. I'm not giving him excuse on his age.
Yeah,
You know,
well, this situation, if we being optimistic, this situation could look similar to the Terrence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao situation because Bob Arum, it's noted that Bob Arum didn't want that fight because he didn't want Manny Pacquiao to go in there and lose to Terrence Crawford in a
hmm
in a certain fashion because Manny Pacquiao was his friend and he was older in age.
Pacquiao was his cash cow, and he could milk Pacquiao, which he did.
And then another thing with Bob, because like I don't have disdain for Bob Arum because of the era of boxing that I love. The Four Kings. He was real influential in that, and even going a little bit further from that era, we had the heavyweights and whatever the case may be. Ali and stuff like that. But the thing was, Bob, he only had one other dancing partner, and that was Don King back in the day. So it was really only those two guys that really stood out over here in America. You have Frank Warren and all them back in the day, and Eddie Hearn's father, whatever the case may be. But over here in America, it was Bob Arum and it was Don King. They was the head honcho. So they was the two guys that tangled and they had to do business together. But when you fast forward, if you look at a Floyd Mayweather, a De La Hoya, these are all guys that Bob Arum promoted, and moving forward, they end up being his competition because they started their own promotional companies. So I could see where Bob doesn't want to build up a fighter to a certain extent where he feels like this guy will leave me and potentially become my competition.
Well, with that, knowing that's in his head, then you got to be strategic when you go in there to negotiate with
For
Bob.
sure, for sure.
So we still running that circle. That's always gonna be. Just say, hey, we go back 20, 30 years, and I'm in my prime. That will be one to keep. Bob, look, I kind of like can see gauge of how you've been doing business over the years. It's a whole new day and era, but this is the track I'm on.
Uh-huh.
And can we sit down and make this happen, or do I got to go another route? I'm not going to play with the hopes of, because that was the only disdain I had with Crawford. Even though I did pick Spence to win, the only disdain I had really with Crawford was how he was handling his career over there at Top Rank, knowing he should have got that Pacquiao fight, but also knowing that they wasn't going to give it to him because Pacquiao is steady bringing in so much money. If you get in here and destroy it, even though he got destroyed by Marquez, it seemed like they was okay with that. Marquez is a Mexican. We can run that back.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. Because that they fought four times. So
yeah, they fought four
yeah,
times.
yeah, they fought four times. So yeah, it but,
But
but it be like like you say he had Pacquiao. He had the right dancing partners. He had
right.
Cotto. Yeah, I mean.
hmm And I didn't see that in the cards with Crawford. And I think Crawford probably was just thinking, well, with the hopes of they'll do me like that. But no, they're not going to do you like that. You got the wrong complexion for that. You
Yeah, I think early on when you a boxer and you live in the gym and you live and you breathe boxing, you don't you just they I think the boxers they go in there with the mindset of, you know, I'm an exceptional talent, I'm a hard worker, everything gonna pan out the way
right.
it's supposed to be. I'm gonna get there, but in all actuality, boxing is a very shrewd business, and you have to be a businessman also.
Yeah,
You got
you got to be real calculative, if I'm
yeah,
saying the word right. And that's my whole thing. I don't mean to be too redundant on it, but that's just the reality.
yeah, it is,
You
it
you you,
is.
got, you said it at first. You got to play chess with it. You got to
Mm-hmm.
be 10 moves ahead. Sometimes you got to be 3D chess. You can't get in there playing around. So uh we got till July to see what's gonna go on with Shakur, and it's gonna be real interesting. I hope he's listening. And I wish the best for him. I see him. Uh, like we ain't gonna say these are the four kings, but four top candidates. Uh, what is this? May. We'll put it to July 2025. I like to see him been and had. Well, Garcia probably won't come back down, so we could eliminate that fight. But it's a potential Shakur could go up, and if Garcia keep his name hot, him, Garcia, Loma, Tank, and I don't think he's gonna get Devin. We gonna say probably Davis. He should have those four fights on his resume.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with. I think the Davis fight it would be probably more realistic than anything. Just being honest, because again, like Vasily Lomachenko, he's 36 years old. So and Lomachenko, I don't see him fight more than once a year, even if he does decide to keep boxing and be like I'm gonna stick it in there. But eventually, he's gonna be in the realm of hanging it up, even though he got a very late start in boxing. Like he's not fighting at that he's not fighting at the rate he was early on. And Lomachenko, he still don't have 25 fights.
Yeah, but the margin was from now to July next year. Even if Loma only have one more fight between now and July of 2025, that fight could be with Shakur Stevens.
Okay, so we got the Loma fight. Ryan Garcia.
That's why I
Uh
said that's iffy right there.
yeah,
That's contingent
I see
upon.
Ryan Garcia being suspended after May 22nd, because that's when they are gonna be they
Yeah,
gonna
for the
be
B sample.
yeah,
Uh,
they
but
gonna be present for the B sample, and I'm predicting that the B sample is the same as the A sample, and they're gonna rule that Devin Haney fight a no contest, give Devin Haney his zero back, and suspend Ryan Garcia for PED use.
wow, we got to bookmark this one. I got to come back and watch the replay on this one. I don't know what to say about that, man. I don't know what to say about it. Uh, eh, because that's one of those things. If you do put a strong opinion on it, and like, oh, you coming off as a hater type shit. Uh, I'm wondering why did the commission let the fight go on if they found that in the A sample? That's where I'm at with it. So they could say, hey, the A sample was tainted and the B sample came back right. I don't know how it's going to play out, but I'm just waiting to the end of the month. and
Yeah,
we'll,
I mean, I'm a just go ahead and say my piece. I do believe Ryan Garcia was running the cycle, but since he's not used to stringent VADA testing, he wasn't able to get around it. And another thing, since he refused to cut them 3 pounds, like it didn't let whatever he had cycling in his body completely get out of his system for him to pass those tests, because they were coming prior to he was
Mhm.
passing them. You feel what
But
I'm
then,
saying?
but Green, that goes back to it doesn't take the commission that long to figure that out. What you said is right dead ass. So it's easier for them to to find that pinpoint that in his system.
No, no. But see. Here's the thing with the VADA testing. Once they find it, they have to keep testing and testing it, and know that they know that this is what's going on. That's why it takes so long to get back when you because he tested positive, the test before the fight, directly before the fight, and directly after. So they can't go in there and be like, okay, we ran it once and okay, we found it in there, so now we just gonna go out here, because if they're wrong, he got grounds to sue them, put him out of business. You know what I mean? Because the PED that he tested for, the anabolic steroid ostarine. If you go back, Badu Jack had a fight against, I forget the fighter's name, and Badu Jack, he lost that fight, and it came back that the guy tested positive for the fight positive for Osterring after the fight, and they ruled it a no contest. And
Okay.
see, and sometimes it it depends on what boxing commission. You feel what I'm saying? The British Boxing Commission, they don't play that at all because Amir Khan tested positive for that after he fought Kell Brook, and he got suspended for 2 years.
Uh-huh.
So it depends on the box commission. New York,
Okay.
the New York Athletic Commission. We gonna see what they hand down to
Well,
Ryan Garcia.
didn't one of them guys just resign?
It was a lady that was at the head of it. She
Oh,
just
oh,
resigned. Yep.
okay.
Uh-huh.
That was overseeing the samples. And what's the date on the samples? When did they extract?
Uh April 18th and April 19th, because they took a sample the day before the fight and after the fight, that they come and take a sample from you after you get out the
So,
ring.
so they did a press conference on the 18th. So they must have extracted a sample.
Well,
Uh,
I think
yeah.
the
Matter of
way.
fact, ain't that's when Devin pushed him or something like that? That
No,
was that.
I believe it was the weigh-in.
No, that's the 19th. You said the 18th.
Oh, the night, yeah, the night. Okay, yeah, the fight was on the 20th. Yep. So the 19th and the 20th. Yep. The 19th and the 20th, because they took a sample the day
Oh, okay.
before.
So they didn't take none on the 18th.
No, they didn't take that. It
Okay.
was the day before the fight and
Okay.
after they got out the ring.
Okay. All right. All right. Got
But see, with this King age, this is the reason why everybody said what they said about Floyd, but this was the reason why Floyd wanted Olympic style testing when he fought Manny Pacquiao, because I want to make sure that you clean. And when you take a blood sample, the blood sample is gonna come back right then and there.
you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's not a matter of I'm not gonna get in there with you. You feel what I'm saying? And then okay, well, we gonna find out afterwards you was cycling off some, or you have something in your body that you weren't supposed to. Like, no, I'm not taking that chance with you. I'm gonna
Right.
know that I know before I even get in there with you that
Exactly.
ain't nothing in there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Floyd had the cachet to do that.
For sure.
That's what's up. But just barring everything goes right with Garcia, I love to see him on Shakur's resume. I don't know if things is gonna go right with Garcia. I don't have a dog in that fight as well. Some things are suspicious that it made me go but I ain't gonna jump all in like, oh, where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm not gonna
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna do them like that. This is one time I will give the benefit of the doubt because there is a lot of substances in a lot of things that we consume, liquid, solid foods, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're a vegan, you could get some of that stuff in your system. So I can't say. You know, but what I do know, what I won't dismiss is there's a lot of athletes out there looking for that competitive edge. So I'm not too quick to dismiss that. So I'm kind of like just the quarter on the fence pole. You know what I'm saying? Which way which way I'm a fall. Sometimes it's just best to sit back and wait till all the evidence come out before you give your final thought. And that's where I'm at with it. I
No,
don't.
for sure. For
I don't,
sure.
I don't, I don't, I don't want to rush to judgment on that, and then I gotta eat crow, you know. But how you see the landscape of boxing? We're approaching the midway point. Uh, Probably by next month we can start grading the first half. But just looking at the landscape of things, no particular division in general, just probably big marquee fights, significant fights. How you see it playing out? Think we're gonna be well entertained, or gonna get we're gonna get bamboozled for the rest of the year.
Nah, with the exception of Beterbiev getting injured in that Bivol fight, I mean everything was looking good for at least from now,
Right.
at least from this Lomachenko fight to about about the top of July. Like I said, we was gonna have some good cards.
Oh, it's been real good this year so far. It have,
Yeah. for
Even the right, I know we were just speaking on it as far as the technicalities of it and all that. That's kind of like putting a black eye on it. But that was a good matchup, and I think
yeah.
that was good. That was good for the sport of boxing, for 2024. You know,
Mm-hmm. So yeah, yeah, it's definitely had a spark when it starts. So now we getting down to the nitty gritty here. You know what I mean? We got heavyweight undisputed.
hmm
No, this weekend, this weekend coming up. You know what I
right,
mean? Tank Davis.
right.
He gonna be right there. June 15th. That's right around the corner, man.
Oh yeah,
That's right around the
the
corner.
first half get a straight A for me. The first half,
Yeah,
I'm really speaking on the second half.
yeah. Yeah, after the second half we got the Racia season card over here. That's a stat card right there.
Okay.
You got Crawford against Israel Madronov, the 154-pound champion. They got David Morrell on that card, Andy Cruz on that card, Tim
hmm
Zoo, Virgil Ortiz, Pitbull Cruz. Man, who else on that card? Man, they even trying to get Deontay Wilder and Jerry Anderson on that card, man.
Right,
Big Baby Miller, Andy Ruiz. Like I said, that's a stat card right there all in itself. Like so, then we got Canelo will be back in the mix. Around September,
right.
and
Yeah.
then hopefully Beterbiev, because I think he had like a torn meniscus or something like that. So hopefully he already done got surgery on that. He rehabbing, so we can get that undisputed at light heavyweight between him and Demetrius Bivol by the end of the year. So I think boxing looking good right now. And then
Yeah.
we still ain't seeing what the PBC gonna put on after the Tank Davis card, because that Tank Davis card that's gonna be stacked too.
Well, I think they next big move probably be going the resurgence of Spence after Tank. Tank is pretty much solidified. Uh, we spoke on how we see Martin and Tank go. It could go Tank get in there and wash him up, or Derek James devising a plan to, hey, we playing this for the scorecard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that's a good one. But after Tank, as far as PBC go, they still going. They got a lot of cachet and Spence, and I think that's how he leapfrogged to where he was able to get the Tower Inferno fight.
Yeah, I say you got Spence. He could do he can do the fight with Sebastian Fandor. They still got they got who else they got over there, man? They got another guy. I mean, they still got Charlo over there. Look, they still got 154-pound Charlo. He can get back in the mix. They got Carlos Adamos. They just upgraded him to full champion after Big Charlo. He just had that situation.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, so they he's champion in recess now. Because
no,
I
no,
just
no, no, he's not he's not champion. They stripped Charlo and gave the belt to
wow
and gave the belt to
WBC.
Carlos Adames. Yep, the WBC, because Adames, he was the I believe he was like the silver champion. So they stripped Charlo and then
Yeah.
upgraded him.
Now I heard it was about a week or so ago. I was hearing something, but I guess I didn't follow in depth with it. They was on it, and it seemed like it was just like a potential of putting them in champion receipts. But you got the full word that I probably got to look it up.
Yeah, no,
But
you yeah,
I take
you'll
your word
see
for
it.
it.
You
Yeah.
see it because Mauricio. He was he was advocating for Charlo, but due to the circumstance and the situation he got himself in, he could no longer no he could no longer hold that no keep Charlo the champion when you got a guy that's fully capable of being active and fighting under the WBC, because like I say, it's a business, so they still want their sanctioning fees.
Oh
You feel
yeah,
what I'm saying?
oh yeah,
And
and
then
they know
like I
he's not
said, they can
good.
they can upgrade Carlos Adames to full champion and then give somebody else the silver belt. And they still be killing two birds with one stone.
Right.
and I also forgot.
But I guess Charlo will still be regarded as a lineal champion because no one beat him for the title.
Yeah, at 154 pounds, yeah, he still got the Ring magazine.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I forgot, and I forgot to mention the Jerron Ennis and Cody Carley fight too. They fighting in
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
they fighting in July. So the second half of boxing is looking real. It's looking real good. And I watched that press conference. I like that press conference. You feel what I'm saying? It got spicy a little bit.
Yeah,
You
it
feel what
did.
I'm saying?
It sure did.
You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm team Crawford all day, and I
Oh
got
yeah.
him I got him defeating Jerron Booth Ennis if they fight. But like I said, I don't hate nobody. I'm not like I don't go out my way to like hate on nobody. You feel what I'm saying? If it's war, it's war. But like I said, I'm glad Jerron he got his situation together to where he can really put his skills on display the way he's supposed to. You feel what I'm saying? He is one of the biggest draft picks out there. You feel what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah,
And
Matchroom did good.
yeah, they
You
did
know.
good getting Jerron Ennis over there for sure.
But we're boxing there. That speaking of Boots Ennis, I know I ain't asking you to speak for another person or whatever, but that's his guy. You rock out with him.
For sure.
And
Yeah, he
I want to see him
for
get on the
sure.
panel. Yeah, yeah. It like you say, second half. Look, it got the potential of matching the first half. The panel's gonna be blazing, and I'm gonna speak my little speak, but I want to hear other people.
Hey, I've been wanting to bump in the boxing nerd too, because it's like okay, like Jerron Booth Ennis, that's his fighter over everybody, but he
Hey,
going.
Green. We talking about big fights in the second half. Let's not rule out that big potential.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I know he would probably want Canelo in September. We talking about Crawford, but Crawford got this fight coming up. If he make easy work, he probably still say, okay, I could see a fight date in September. I don't know, but I think the politics at B probably would keep Crawford from that Canelo fight. But what would be even more realistic is Boots look impressive, Crawford look impressive. They can make that fight somewhere, in the later part of the year.
Yeah, no, that definitely, because like I said, Turk Al Sheik, like them type of fights, the fights that he's seeing the people, the public asking for, he gonna go out on a limit and try make them fights. And then Jerron Hennessy over there with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn deal with Turk Al Sheik also. You feel what I'm saying? So that's definitely realistic. I just honestly think if well, I'm pretty sure they already sent Canelo an offer, whatever the case may be. But Canelo is Canelo, so he at leisure to entertain whatever he want to. But if they start throwing them numbers at him, Canelo, he had got that like that bag also. So yeah, that could be realistic too. Because we all know Canelo gonna fight in September and Crawford fight in August. So yeah, I don't think unless they looking to do that fight like at the end of the year, whatever the case may be. I don't know. You
No,
feel what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
see it. I mean, it'll
Maybe
take a
maybe next
lot.
year,
Yeah.
maybe 2025 around like Cinco de Mayo or something like that if they can lock it in. And
Yeah, depending on how Crawford look against Boots, I'm not going to jump on and just root Boots off. I'm not. It's a lot to be seen.
yeah, I mean we gonna see how he look at 154 pounds. We gonna see how he look in there against this Israel Marginov guy, because he's not known to the casual boxing fan, but this guy he's a highly decorated amateur gold medalist. You know, no, he's got some particular things that could get Terrence Crawford a problem in there. And we know Terrence Crawford, he's on the other side of 30-35. So you feel what I'm saying? We gonna see
I
it.
didn't rule that out. I thought I was one of the ones that was thinking that, but now he's in the. Now I see him in the same category as the alien. Age ain't gonna matter till he get probably close to his 50s. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see Crawford.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, for sure. It's just like I say, but but it's young hungry guys out there. You feel what I'm saying?
They
Want.
was young and hungry. They was young and hungry coming from the. Hey, you know. Hold up. One of my favorites. Let me give you a little history there. I don't know how long you've been in boxing, but I know I've been in there for a while. The Trinidad fight. Do you
Oh
remember?
yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So what happened? you know?
yeah. No. Be how he definitely was extraterrestrial for sure.
Right. And Trinidad was smoking hot. It was like who dares come in here with against him?
Yeah.
He was creme de la creme. So Crawford done earned my respect to where that's where I put him at now. Now I hope he don't get in there and lay an egg and I gave him too much, credit or something. But that's where he at with me right now.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, we got this a new weight division, so we gonna see how he look in there, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's like I said, because you always gotta be realistic, and you can't overlook nobody. You know what I mean? And, these guys out here, these young guys, they hungry. You know what I mean? It's a lot of money to be made in boxing, man. And like I said, that they want the, that they want the notoriety, man. So. So yeah, we gonna see what's going on. But even that 154-pound division is starting to get stacked up too, man. With Virgil Ortiz, Tim Tszyu, you got Errol Spence in there now, Sebastian Fondor, Crawford. You feel what I'm saying? Like even the 154-pound division is starting to bubble up. 140 pounds, it's a lot of guys in there too. You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It's a whole lot of guys in there. It's some great names. It's some great fights to be made out of just out of the 140-pound division alone. I could probably make up a card with just the guys at 140 right now. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So I think the second half ending with a bang, and we done already discussed. I mean, yeah, the first half ended with a bang. Did I say second?
Yeah. The first half, I say, we got the, Canelo. He got his Cinco de Mayo fight out the way. We had
Mm-hmm.
Haney Garcia. Just had this Kambosos Lomachenko. He didn't put himself back in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah. What's going to be
one of my
next for
favorite
Jaime
fighters.
McGill? What's going to be next for Jaime McGill, or is he relevant anymore? Mhm.
Oh no, I think his stock went up in that fight. He showed he got heart, he got grit, he wasn't willing to lay down. He just lost to a better fighter, a seasoned vet.
Mhm.
So I think
Oh, you
Jaime
didn't?
McGee, he
Yeah,
gonna
you
mix it
didn't
up
speak
at
on
number 68.
the monster fight that you because he got dropped in the was it the first round or the second round?
I think it was the second round. Yep. Yeah, Monster. Yep. He ended up getting dropped. He
Yeah,
didn't.
I mean, we was discussing all the big fights so far this year. We didn't touch bases
Yeah,
on that.
I forgot about that one too.
But go ahead. Now that I done jogged your memory, let me hear what you got to say about it.
Yeah,
But
Monster. He ended up getting back up and stopping that guy, but he'll be back the second half also. He's supposed to be fighting I believe they said Sam Goodman if I ain't mistaken.
yeah, that's the front runner.
So you got Monster getting back in the mix. I also forgot to mention that Ban Rodriguez and Estrada fight. They getting ready to fight too. So like I
Oh,
said, so boxing, man, it's a lot of it's a lot of good fights on the way, man.
it's about time because they were stagnating us, man. It seemed like nobody wanted to fight nobody, but like you said, I guess some of the big spenders got in and said, "Hey, enough is enough." And I don't mind. I don't mind a lot of the fights not being on U.S. soil, being over. Excuse me, being cross seas, because it's a global sport. I would like to be spoiled and have a lot of them in close proximity to where it'll be more opportunity for even a person like myself to show up.
hmm
But now, really, where I'm at in life now, because of how much boxing I now really consume, just as an outside spectator, I kind of like watching it in my own sanctity. I don't need to be around a big crowd. I ain't got to be the guy right there taking a picture with, this person and that person and all that. So I don't mind where the fight take place at now. Long as I'm able to view it when it's going live.
No, I definitely feel that.
No, a lot of them, like most of them, they want to be. I was there. Do you go to the fights and all this? You just not starting going to the fight. You know how many weigh-ins I've been in. If I probably walk past Don King right now, yeah, I remember you. You was at such and such. Yeah, yeah, and we'll have that
Uh-huh.
conversation. Same way with Bob Byrne. But yeah, I hope it all playing out the way we discussed it. But yeah, I guess Easy ain't coming back. Boxing Nerd, we putting the word out for you. You MIA. We got to put an APB out on you. Yeah, come in and represent. What
Yeah,
other
man. It was
what
good,
other
good
channels
topping
you
it with
been?
you, man.
Yeah, what other channels you been popping up on?
Man, I ain't really been doing too much, man. I've been chilling, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might catch some playbacks here and there, man, but I ain't really been doing too much, man. I've been having a lot going on, man.
Okay.
So like I said, I just been, paying attention to the fights, man, seeing the schedules, man, and hoping I'm able to make it back to, my sanctuary so I could view the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you, man. Yeah, my year started off rocky, had some deaths in the family and all that. And myself, that now that I look back at it, I haven't been on a lot of panels. I make my face here and there, and they say, "Hey, when you seen you in a while?" Yeah, I got a real life going on. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And I'm not knocking them as far as that. I was blessed to have the luxury and the leisure, as far as time wise goes, and participate with that. But when you have children and you have other things going on, that
Yeah,
that
no,
takes
for sure, man.
that.
When I go into the new year, man, I always try to start my new year off, with hitting the ground running, man.
Hmm. So yeah,
It,
I haven't been showing up in a lot, but I always try to make it my business come back over here. You know what I'm saying? You know, so we done developed a rapport over here. I still remember how y'all treated me when I first came, though. I ain't gonna forget that one.
yeah, man. Easy Rudy kind of clean. He kind of cleaned it up over here, man. So I mean, like I said, man, it. That war over with, man. If Spence, if he come back, he looks spectacular. You feel what I'm saying? At 154 pounds or 160, wherever he gonna campaign at. And
Yeah,
him and Bud decide to mix it up again. We'll be back at it, but
yeah, we can revisit. Oh, I think they are gonna meet again before they're not gonna end that at that. Just for the sake of boxing. Those are two solid guys. They already know it ain't got to be right away. We,
yeah, for sure, yeah. Like I
go
said,
ahead, Bill.
at the bigger weight.
Yeah, and this is why I really respect Crawford. I just didn't respect how he was negotiating over that top rank, but now he's really showing his true colors when it comes to the business of boxing. And he's like, I got a big fight in the bag, and the respect I have for my opponent, he know he got that locked in, and I know he got it locked in, and we just got to get out here. Spence got to build his brand back up, and Crawford, will give him, that run back. If there's no doubt, if they got to finance that fight themselves, it will happen.
Yeah. I was. Hey, you took the words right out of my mouth. I said they might end up doing a Roy Jones and Joe Kawasaki
Uh-huh.
type
Uh-huh.
of thing where they go ahead and put it together themselves just for the people because it it has so much energy behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. But peace and blessings to you. Hope your grind turn into your shine. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause, I'm out here grinding as well. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Can't age a salute.
Salute to you, fam.
All right,
I'm
man.